Welcome back to the channel, guys.
Hey family, welcome back to our kitchen. Today we are making some Spanish style beef stew. Stewed beef I pre-seasoned with some salt, pepper, paprika, onion and garlic powder, carrots and potatoes, onions and minced garlic, a variety of peppers, red, green and yellow. I have a bay leaves, some bay leaves and some fresh thyme, beef broth, red cooking wine, tomato paste, rotel, diced tomatoes and green chilies, and some balsamic vinegar. So I'm going to sear the meat and we'll be back, fam. I'm going to sear and brown the beef. The oil is nice and hot. I'm not going to cook it all the way through. I'm just going to make sure that each side is brown. And remember not to crowd the pot, because if you crowd the pot with meat, the meat will start to broil instead of fry. So I'm just going to do it in batches. I'll do the first batch and then I'll be back.
Alright, so we're taking them out now.
The pieces that are brown. Like I said, you're not cooking it, you're just browning it on each side. Let you brown a little bit longer. Smells so good.
Second batch. Make sure not to crowd the pot.
And I also cut the meat again. I don't want the pieces too thick. Making some Spanish style beef stew. It's getting cold outside, so this is some comfort food. And plus, we haven't had beef stew in a while, right? Yeah, it's been a while. The beef wasn't too expensive. I started to buy 2 chuck roast steaks and cut them up. Then when I thought about it, I saw the beef for $5.99 a pound. I said, save me the trouble of having to cut it up. And we just got $20 worth. And we got a lot, so we still have some left over. So $5.99 a pound, it wasn't bad. So I'm going to sear this batch. Get it nice and brown, take it out, repeat with the last batch, and then I'll proceed to start making the beef stew. We have removed the meat. As you notice, there's some browning at the bottom of the Dutch pot. That's just the burn, guys. That is just flavor. So to loosen that, I'm going to take a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. You guys see that? Balsamic vinegar.
Hey, you're gonna kill me, guys.
No one told you to stand so close to the pot. No one said somebody trying to burn him. And if you see it, guys, you see how the burn is getting loosened. And for good measure, I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons. Turn the fire down some. All it does is just remove that flavor.
To the middle of the pot.
And this is the garlic and onions. Add that to the pot. Stir that in.
The aroma.
And I'm also going to add peppers. I don't think I'll add all of them, right? No. think that's enough. Give it some flavor. Mix that in. See how all of that seasoning is loosened from the pot. And I'm gonna let those vegetables cook a little bit. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of tomato paste. Stir that in. Mix it in with the vegetables. This recipe also called for stuffed olives. I decided to omit the olives because I think I'm the only one who likes olives. Jason doesn't like olives, my son doesn't like olives, so I sacrificed the olives for them. So I'm gonna let this tomato paste cook a little bit with the vegetables, and I'll return. Time to add the seared beef. So good. Now, flour. It says 1/4 cup, but I'm just going to sprinkle lightly. I'm not going to use all of the flour. And sprinkling flour on the beef is going to help with making the gravy. I don't want to use too much flour because it'll make the stew too thick. And you just stir until you see the flour disappearing. Mix it all in. Now I'm going to add four cups of beef broth. A cup of red cooking wine. You don't have to use the cooking wine, but the cooking wine will give it extra flavor. I'm gonna add in the bay leaf and fresh thyme. Mix it all in. I'm gonna let that get to a simmer, and I'll be back. I'm gonna check on the stew. Ooh, oh yeah. That pot is bubbling.
Look at that, guys.
So I'm going to, this is why I didn't add all the flour in the beginning. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to thicken it up a little bit. I'd rather add slowly than put it all in at one time, because once you put it in,
No turning back.
yeah, I mean you could add
Water.
yeah, but no, I'm gonna just do it slowly.
What about that?
So what I'm gonna do different with this beef stew is I let it start to boil on top of the stove. But because I'm using my beautiful trusty Dutch oven pot, I'm gonna place it in the oven and I'm gonna let it braise for about maybe an hour, then I'll check on it. Once I let it braise for about an hour, maybe two, then I'm gonna add the vegetables. So I'm gonna cover this and place it in the oven. So I'm removing the Dutch pot from the stove. I'm gonna place it in the oven. I preheated the oven to 325. So guys, get you a Dutch oven pot if you wanna cook in the oven. We decided to have some yellow rice with our beef stew, so I'm gonna prepare the water for the rice. We are using Goya yellow Spanish style rice. Gonna let that boil and we'll be back.
So that's 4 cups of water.
2 tablespoons of butter.
Salt and butter.
Yep, so there's no need to add salt. Gonna let that boil. Water's boiling, time to add our rice. Gonna make 2. As you see, the rice already has its own seasoning in it. Stir it up.
Yes.
Gonna add a sprinkle of basil. Give it some more color. Gonna keep it on medium heat. Yep.
And we'll be back, guys.
I decided to add some more flour. Like I said, I want the stew to be thick, not extremely thick, so as I cook, I'm gonna add my flour.
Oh yeah.
As you can see, the consistency is changing. Yep.
Oh yeah, baby.
Put the top back on it and let it finish cooking. Ooh, my hand is hot. Make most of the stew a little thicker. That is some flour mixed with some warm water. Okay, you can see the difference, right? He wants it a little thicker. It's been cooking for about what, an hour now? I'm gonna put the top back on and let it cook some more. Let me try that broth. Let's see what those yellow rice is looking like. Okay. Mix it in. Get some of that good burn at the bottom. And I know they say you're not supposed to take the top off of your rice, but when I'm making packaged rice, I always like to take it off and mix in the seasoning, because you don't want the seasoning to just settle in one spot, especially at the bottom. It's gonna make one part of the rice too salty. So mix it up, give it a shake. Turn the heat down extra low. Let it dry out. Let's check the tenderness of that meat. You know, you never go by the recipe. The consistency of the meat is all up to you. Some people like theirs a little tougher. Us personally, we like ours to be soft and tender. Right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
In an hour, the broth is at the consistency that I want. Now, I'm going to add the potatoes and the carrots. You always want to add them towards the end, because you don't want them. Because you don't want them too mushy. Gonna mix that in. Ooh. This is some nice comfort food. So I'm gonna let the carrots and potatoes cook for about an hour. And our stew.
Are you ready, guys?
Should be ready to go.
We'll be back.
Hot. Oh yeah. family, this is my secret ingredient, Rotello, diced tomatoes, and green chilies.
Gotta have the chili.
This is what makes it a Spanish style beef stew. I'm gonna add a tablespoonful. I added it at the end because I'm making food for someone else and I didn't want it to be too spicy for them because it is kind of spicy. So I'm gonna mix that in because we love our spice. And let it simmer for a little while longer and it will be done.
Alright guys.
Yeah, family, our dinner's done. Spanish style beef stew, yellow Spanish rice, and of course, some corn muffins. We cannot wait to eat. Thank you guys for joining us in the kitchen as always.
Appreciate it guys.
Yeah, we like hanging out with you. It's a pleasure. So everything that I use for this recipe will be in the description box below. So please,
don't forget to
like,
share,
comment,
and subscribe. We out guys. Later guys.
Later, we appreciate you guys.